Mic. Boom. Hello, hello. Chris, say something.
Hello.
Yep, you're
Hi.
good.
Do we need me to check YouTube?
Yeah, we might as well check it,
Yeah.
but it should be up. No, it's not made for kids. All right.
Wait, why am I not signed in? Live. We have 66 subscribers. That's actually not bad. Say something real quick.
What's up?
Stop.
What's up? What's up, guys?
All right. Yeah, we're good.
All right.
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
He's he's become our What's Up Boys chairman.
What does that mean?
Nothing. Just
Just
every
said
time he walks in a room, he says, "What's up, boys?" That's all.
Did I change the font from last time?
Oh, I didn't look. Back up.
I
don't even
think it
remember
was.
what it was last
I
time.
don't even remember either. I think it was. I think I switched it afterwards because we didn't do one
I'm
Friday.
like signed into the wrong YouTube account. Yeah, we didn't Friday. I don't remember what the last one was, to be
Nah, neither do
completely
I.
honest.
I think it's different because I think at the end of Tuesday I switched it over.
Okay.
All right, let's get to it. Let me open up the Gamecast and then I'm ready to go. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys Podcast. I'm your host Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host Chris Hagan.
You guys doing?
It was a rough week for us, Chris. We didn't give out the wise picks. I just wanted to come out there forward and say we apologize. It was a weird weekend. You know, I had a college football game on Thursday. The whole rest of the weekend felt like 5 years. But we want to apologize and we just want to let people know they didn't go our way betting wise.
I was gonna say we would have needed to have a bigger apology if we had given out the picks than having not given out any picks. It wasn't a good weekend betting wise or just football wise in general. At least for me. I guess for you as well. At least your team was competitive, maybe a little exciting.
Yeah.
Mine was not. Another brutal week, but we'll get into those games later. But I'm at ease.
What do you mean?
Yeah, didn't bother me.
All right, we'll get to that later then. All right, but yeah, just want to come out there forward say that because we know it's everyone's favorite segment. I mean, it's what we get the most comments about every week. At least I do. All right. Anyways, let's move forward. Let's talk about Monday night's game. Happened yesterday. San Francisco Rams. I mean, Rams stink.
Are you worried about the Super Bowl pick?
Yeah, I am worried about the Super Bowl pick. Matt Stafford. I just don't understand this offense. This offense doesn't.
Mhm.
If it's not Cooper Kupp getting open, it's no one.
Yep. But they have the guys. Or at
Yeah,
least we thought they did.
Yes, we did. We thought Robinson was going to be good. He has had, I think, every game he's had either 2, 4, or 0 catches.
I think he's just washed. I think it's the
Yeah,
narrative of him not having a QB, which was fair.
Mm-hmm.
Before is now like we're past that, and it's now he's just not good. So
Yeah.
now the narrative is he never got to play with the QB in his prime because he's clearly.
It's a
out of
sad
form.
narrative.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
It's a really sad narrative. It's also Matt Stafford racist. I mean, we got to keep bringing it up every time.
It's hard to ignore.
No, when Tyler Higbee and like who is this Ben Schrolik? Like I know he's been on the offense for like 3 years now, but haven't they
26
drafted?
catches between the three of those guys.
Haven't they? Hasn't Ben Schlovick? Hasn't he shown them enough that he just like hey, he's not doing anything for me. They have to have other wide receivers, right? I think they drafted Tutu Atwell out of I think that was Louisville, but I don't know. But they have other receivers.
Well, Jefferson's hurt.
Van Jefferson.
Yeah.
And what about
then-
Atwell? He just not existent?
I don't know. He might be hurt too.
I don't know. These and Higbee we knew was going to be a weapon. He's been a weapon for a while. Massive game.
He's
by
just
him.
been inactive.
What 2-2?
Yeah. I guess he just sucks.
Probably. When you go all in on the picks and you do the F them picks, the whole championship parade, like you got the one, but you got to then hit on your second, your third, your fourth rounders that you didn't so there like what I'm saying is that there needs to be something else added into this offense. I don't know what is it are they missing Odell that much?
He might just be the X factor.
He really might be.
I mean, he like when you look at last season,
He opened up that offense a lot.
There was a point in the season where you still had him at 1 in your power rankings, but I had him very low on the list. Not very low, but like borderline top 10. Everyone else had him there. And then Odell started playing. And it literally did change everything. Like they couldn't lose the rest of the season.
No, because
so it might be.
He was and this is why I drafted Allen Robinson fantasy, because Odell Beckham was such a good red zone threat for the Rams offense last season, where Cooper Kupp can get them all the way down the field, and then Odell's that other threat that gets them on the goal line, so they can't just cover Cooper. And I thought that was going to be Allen Robinson, big, tall receiver, big red zone threat, and they just can't get him the ball, and they really can't produce offense at all.
No, they can't, and it's weird because like since McVay's got there, that's been their thing.
And it's the
They've
same
always
team as
been
last year.
dynamic offensively. Yeah, so I'm curious if it's just like beginning of the season, maybe there's a little bit of Super Bowl hangover and they'll turn around, or if they're just not good anymore.
I think what I neglected over my Super Bowl pick was the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Stafford's always like hurrying up plays, having to throw it short because either because he wants to throw it short or because he's getting rushed. But it seems like their offensive line is not holding up as well as it did the past couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think that's true. I think also Shanahan has beaten McVay a lot.
Yeah, that's another.
I remember when we went into that NFC Championship last year, that was like the one big thing. It was like Niners team is clearly has less talent than the Rams. They're on the road, but they just beat them.
Yeah,
Somehow
and
they find a way.
That's the thing about this Niners team. They find a way. They're scrappy. Like they have a good defense. They can move on offense. They have a decent enough rushing attack.
Proven winner at quarterback.
Winner in Jimmy. And they have that X factor of Deebo Samuels. Jimmy can dump him off the ball, and as we saw in this game, he can go for 55 yards and completely embarrass Jalen Ramsey. That was so awesome. It was like the announcer was like, 1-on-1, Jalen Ramsey. Yoink! Slipped right past him.
Ramsey, he's had some tough moments this year.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, week one, and it's been in prime time too.
Mm-hmm.
The week one fiasco against Diggs was brutal, and now this. It's not a good look.
No, and I don't mind it. Like all the crap talk that he all the smack talk that he talks, and all the pay me the big bucks, rolling up in the Brinks truck. You gotta play. Like, come on.
Gotta show up.
So I don't feel bad for him whatsoever. I love this Niners team though, and I think we've been on it. It's the Jimmy factor.
It is the Jimmy factor, and it's like the proven winner thing is not a joke at all. It's like
he wins games.
It kind of started as a joke,
and
it became like he's actually winning big games consistently. And when you look at the track record, you just try to get us a sponsor.
Yeah, a little bit. Here, I'll just hold it real quick. Yeah, can I drink it like this?
There you go.
Celsius is so good.
uh, anywho, he's a winner.
No, he is,
He,
and
he wins
the
big games, and he doesn't look good doing it half the time.
no,
But
not at all.
like 16 completions for 230 yards. That's not like crazy good numbers.
No,
But
but
it works.
it works, and
Shanahan knows that he's limited, and he
that's the
doesn't
key.
he doesn't force him to do more than he's capable of.
And I think that's a key, like almost to a fault, because a couple third downs they throw him screen passes, and it's like Jimmy can get you the first down. He can get you
Yeah.
10 yards. So I think he knows he's limited, but I think eventually Shanahan just got to let him actually run the offense. You know,
Yes. I
like
mean, when you have weapons as good, like when you have Samuel and Kittle,
yeah,
it doesn't
exactly,
even
and
matter.
that's why
Kittle
that
hasn't even shown up yet.
no, Kittle's done nothing this season. But and that's why Kyle Shanahan does it. But
Mhm.
I think some of these plays let Jimmy sling it. That's all I gotta say. Let him sling it. I know the screen passes work and the run plays work, but let's see him throw some balls. I know you don't want to throw him. He doesn't want to throw
It's
an
not in the fourth
interception.
quarter.
Yeah, just not in the fourth. Good call. Good call. All right. Anything else you want to wrap up about this game?
That's all I got.
All right. Next up, Chiefs Bucks. This was over from the first play.
Yep.
Like literally from the first play, it was like we could have turned it off. We would
Well,
have
I
missed
didn't.
a
I didn't have it on right at the beginning, and I was just getting the fantasy alerts, and it
Mhm.
was like I have Mahomes in one of my leagues.
Yeah.
And it was like Mahomes in the red zone, and I looked at the time, and I was like, "It's 8:21. What?"
Yeah.
And then literally 5 minutes later, they were in the red zone again. I was like, "Well, this is just great,
Mhm.
isn't it?"
So,
That was a game for them where it was kind of like people might be doubting them a little bit, like we were last
Mhm.
week, saying we don't know. Like had a couple games in a row where we don't really know what to make of them, and then they get a Sunday night game, and they proved it. They're still the Chiefs.
what I was shocked about is that they had over 180 yards rushing. I thought,
That's
like,
a
if
new one.
anything, if I saw this score, I would have been like, all right, Travis Kelsey got 3 touchdowns.
Mhm.
I would have thought it'd been all in the air, and this Bucks defense has been known to hold teams to terrible rushing yards. And
They're like the best rushing defense in the NFL.
we saw the Chiefs last week just get obliterated by the Colts rush defense.
The NFL doesn't make any sense.
No,
That's why it's hard.
I feel like we say this every year, don't we?
We do.
It's like and it's gonna be the same thing until the end of time. But
Yep.
and you want to apologize to Clyde?
It's one game.
I just want to say no. Oh,
I
hey,
don't want to apologize.
here. Let me bring up some receipts, and then you can.
Oh,
Apologize.
are you looking at the notebook?
No. It's fantasy.
Okay. I thought you were gonna have written down things that I had said about it.
No. I'm not.
Realized
that-
it was that personal.
No, it's not.
It
Fourth
makes you
overall
further.
running back, 18 points a game.
Okay.
That's all I gotta say.
That's impressive.
It is impressive. Even Pacheco.
Checo.
Even he got some rushing yards in. The thing that is insane to me is that the Chiefs get all the way down the field with Clyde and Pacheco, and then they get to the red zone and they throw in Jared McKinnon. And every time he tries to do anything, he gets 1 yard, or gets a negative yard. So I don't know what that's about, but the rest of the offense is humming like a bird.
and Andy Reid's so weird, but you just gotta trust that what he's doing is gonna work.
Oh yeah.
Because it's not just the running backs. It's as soon as they get in the red zone, it's like just licking his lips. Because it's never just like a normal. They're not throwing a
No.
fade to Travis Kelsey.
No, he's doing
They're
something.
running like a shovel pass or double reverse.
Double read option, something like that.
It's so stupid. And it's like they could just score easily, but instead they choose to make it fun.
Hey, I kind of respect it.
I do too.
Try to make it fun. The Bucks. They just gave up on rushing immediately.
Yeah.
And then it was the Tom Brady and Mike Evans show. It's good to see them back. Chris Godwin got in there a little bit, and it's just something's off. And I think it's all with the whole Tom controversy stuff.
You think it's the divorce thing?
It's either that they they had to practice in Miami because of the Florida weather, stuff like that. But I don't like this. Just doesn't. I don't know this Tom. I know I've said it every week, but this Tom Brady just looks. It's everything so much different about him now. I feel like he's just a diva now.
I don't know.
Antonio Brown's posted pictures of him and Giselle. Now they're hired divorce lawyers apparently. Apparently those sources are a little funky too, so who knows.
Mhm.
But they're definitely they're definitely splitting. I feel like. I mean, they're already apart, right?
I don't know if they I don't think they officially are.
I think they are they're living in separate houses, are they not?
Oh, I don't know. I don't read the tabloids.
That's fair.
I watch the All 22s instead.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Anyways, that does. I don't even know if that matters or not because Brady's throwing great. Their defense just looked bad, and it was very surprising of this Bucks team.
Well, have the Chiefs and Bucks played since that Super Bowl?
I don't think so. I don't see where they would.
Could be just pent up anger.
Yeah, and that could have been it.
Chiefs.
They kept showing those highlights. Kept talking about it before the game. That's that would make perfect
he's
sense.
he's definitely a receipts guy.
Mahomes.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, I think Andy Reid is too. His receipts are for like burgers, but he's got receipts somewhere. So you worried about your Super Bowl pick?
I'm not.
You're not.
And here's why. I think at the end of the season, there's going to be a season where Tom Brady is not Tom Brady anymore, and that could be this season. However, it's been said every season since like 2014 by somebody out there that this is the year where like Tom Brady falls off, and it's never true. There's been plenty of controversies.
Yeah.
And plenty of times where he doesn't look good and people are ready to write him off. But until they're like 7-9 and actually going to miss the playoffs, I think it's all just fuel for.
Look, when they won the Super Bowl, they were what, 4-4, 5-4, something like that.
Yeah, and it seemed like Arians and Brady hated each other.
Yeah, Brady didn't know what he didn't know what the play down. He didn't know what the down was. He put up the 4. I remember all that. So. Yeah, but they gotta take care of business the next 3 games, 3 easy ones, and then they gotta prove themselves against the Ravens at home and the Rams at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I think even if they fall to one of those 2, they win one of them. I still think you're good.
And also, like, look at their division, right?
Oh yeah, their division's garbage.
It's in shambles.
Yeah, it's real bad.
So they should cakewalk to winning the division, which means a home playoff game. They're out. They'll have the first round bye, but either way, they have it last year. So.
Oh, they have a London game.
Yeah.
Nice.
Europe doesn't deserve Tom Brady.
Huh?
I said Europe does not deserve Tom Brady. I'd be so pissed if I were a Bucs season ticket holder.
Oh, and it's a home game too. Technically, yeah. That would stink.
Not only did you lose the COVID year,
you lost a home game to London.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that stinks.
That's very.
It's against the Seahawks though, so it's like you're not missing that much.
I guess, yeah.
All right, so you're not worried. I wouldn't be worried either if I were you.
I'm not stoked.
Yeah, no.
But I'm not like shivering.
Well, that's good. All right. Next up I see is my game. So I guess I'll get to it. I hate rooting for injuries, but I wasn't upset when Brian. And that sounds bad, but the Bailey Zappi should have been prepped to start anyways.
Yeah.
Hopefully this ends all fiasco whenever Mac Jones is still out of Brian Hoyer versus Zappi. Hopefully Zappi's just automatically starting.
What about Zappi versus Mac Jones?
We'll get to that when the time comes.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about that yet. I'm not dumping Mac Jones. Yeah. A lot of fans are. There's a lot of people already dumping Mac Jones. And I'm not
I mean,
giving
it's
up.
been like 3 quarters.
Yeah, it's been 3 quarters. And I gotta say, this Pats team, when they don't turn over the ball, like they can eventually they can drive down the field eventually and score. They can play good defense. Uh,
When you get the running game going, you're tough to beat.
yeah.
I mean, I
So
guess that's true for any team, but they have the backs that are there to do it.
no, they do, and they have the good enough weapons
Mhm.
to integrate the passing game in there. Once they get Jacoby back, I think this offense is actually going to be pretty decent, and hopefully whatever quarterback starts just doesn't turn over the ball uh as the ones have been playing. Mac Jones has turned over the ball a lot, and
Mhm.
it's caused a lot of these games to get out of reach quickly, and then we can't run and we can't do what we want to do. So this was like a perfect game for like a Pats
The
fan just to be
circumstances.
yeah, on the circumstances. Not like there's not much more for a third string quarterback, 99 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
Can't ask for terribly much more.
Yep, that's true.
We I know we saw the practice squad signing, Chris. Our,
Gilbert.
our boy Grayson Gilbert.
Garrett Gilbert. I don't even know his
Garrett. Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at it real quick. I was trying to get to it before I said it. And
name. No, there is a Grayson somewhere, right?
I feel like there's like 5 Gilberts,
Yeah.
but yeah,
maybe.
the COVID starter for the Washington football team last year,
All team at the time.
and I forget, he had a decent game, didn't he? No, I don't remember.
I mean, well, for a guy who was signed, I think it was like a day or 2 before the game he was signed, then had to play. So for that, he was all right. And that was a competitive game for like a half, I think.
Yeah, it was against I want to say the
Against
Raiders.
the
or something?
Eagles.
Eagles, yeah.
The Eagles fumbled, and they scored a touchdown right away. So it was like, and then they could just hang around for a while, but it got tough to watch. Anyway, he's a professional.
There you go. I'll take him in the
served
room.
his time.
Yeah, I'll take him in the room. But other than that, looking forward, the Pats have some easy games coming up. Lions, Browns, Bears.
Oh, whoa. I would not say any of those are easy games. Bears should be.
The Bears should be.
The Lions are not an easy game.
But the Lions have the worst rush defense in the NFL.
I mean, their offense, they've put up like 40 points every
That
week.
is going to be the key, is stopping their offense.
It doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean?
Like, their offense has been that good. I guess we'll get to them later, but they're an anomaly.
They are an anomaly, but at home they're wearing the throwbacks. That's got to be gotta be a guaranteed game.
Yeah. Okay. You should win that then.
Yeah. All right. That's all I gotta say. Also, I love Jack Jones.
Jack Jones.
13, guy who picked off Aaron Rodgers, pick 6.
Oh, okay.
He's really good in pass coverage, really bad in run coverage. He fell in the draft because he got arrested for like stealing P.F. Chang's, I think. I swear.
You have an issue with supporting criminals.
Come on. Come on. Stop that. Stop that. All right, we're
saw
moving
your
on.
Kareem Hunt jersey came in the mail the other day.
No. It did not get in the mail. I did not order one. Get out of here with that. Kareem Hunt jersey. Right next to my Deshaun Watson one.
And Ray Rice.
Yeah. I got them all lined up. Vontaze.
All right.
All right.
Greg Hardy.
Raiders Broncos. Let's move on to the next game.
Speaking of criminals.
It's the Raiders organization.
The Raiders as a whole, yeah.
The Raiders.
In particular.
So now the Broncos are without their best offensive weapon in Devontae Williams.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's time for some trouble buttons, some panic.
I thought we hit the panic button after like week 2.
We might have.
We said if they didn't smoke the Texans, which they didn't. They beat them like 16-10.
Yeah.
that we're done with them.
No, we've been done with them. That's for sure. And it's the same story every time. Like Russ he's not it anymore.
Can't
Can't do it.
cook.
Can't cook. And Jerry
Don't
Judy,
cook too
he
much.
looks good. Quentin Sutton looks good, and he can't cook with him.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
I guess there maybe Russ was just the one too many cook, and we'll get to the Seahawks later, but when you see Rush and Geno, I know it's been said multiple times since Sunday, but Geno's at 77% completion, and Russ is abysmal.
Yeah. Well, if you just look at like the straight up numbers or number of points that they've scored respectively, like the Seahawks have blown them out of the water.
Yeah. So look, like I just gotta give you props again, just for being on it. You're there,
Yeah.
day one. Anything? I mean, Raiders. I
They
still
won
don't
it.
think. I still don't think they're very good. They finally won a game. Carr doesn't look good at all.
Carr's been such a disappointment.
Adams finally got his catches this game and ran all over the field. But
Mhm.
with that being said, he forgot about all the other receivers. And
Please
it-
throw to Darren Waller more. I really need Darren Waller to get some fantasy points.
I need him to get some touchdowns
in
for
a
my
hurry.
bet that I made. Said that he would get over on touchdowns. I don't think he has one.
He might have one.
So basically, Carr can either throw to everyone else or only throw to Devontae Adams. He's got to pick one.
Or Mac Hollins.
Or
Last
Mac
week it was
Hollins.
only Mac Hollins put up Devontae Adams numbers last week.
Yeah, that's true. So he's got to realize that he can throw to more than just one.
Oh, and when Renfro comes back, Renfro will have like 11 catches and nobody else will touch the ball.
But I still don't think they're very good.
No, they're not, and I still think that Josh McDaniels has shit for brains.
Yo, definitely.
Can't coach an NFL team.
No, I don't think he can either. Shout out Amik Robinson. He's a corner. They what's it called? The Jerry Judy. He called him too short, and then the next play, I'm pretty sure he got a pick six.
Cool.
Yeah.
From his
cool.
place.
Oh, definitely. And he is short, so I'll give him that.
Mhm.
Like 5'8". So he is definitely short.
This
Scoops
this
and score. That's what
AFC
it is.
Oh, yeah.
Not a pick
This AFC West has really been one of the biggest disappointments of the season because this was supposed to be like the toughest division where every team might make the playoffs, and you have the Chiefs who look great, the Chargers who I don't know, and then these two teams who both look terrible.
Yeah.
And they played each other this week, and you just got like a weird poop fest.
And it's gonna be this and these teams, they don't get any breaks either. Like these AFC West teams. So I think they're just gonna beat up on each other, and then the Chiefs are just gonna take it.
Mhm.
Like the Chiefs are gonna win every game against the Raiders and the Broncos. They might lose one against the Chargers. They've already beaten the Chargers once.
Mhm.
And now, like it's the Chiefs' division to lose.
Oh yeah, I think it always was, to be
Mhm.
completely honest.
I agree as well. But I thought there would be a little more fight than there has been going on.
Mhm. Yeah,
Especially from the Raiders and the Broncos. These guys have been madly disappointing.
Yeah, no, they've been pathetic.
Speaking of pathetic, the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, we weren't teaming yet. Carolina Panthers.
Just gross.
Yeah, and I think Darnold's going to get his job back.
How could you possibly go back to Darnold?
How could you possibly
Just put in Matt Corral at this point?
Honestly, if Rule wants to save his job, he's got to put in Corral. And then he could be like, "Oh, rookie quarterback." I don't know.
Yeah, Rule he's done.
No, I'm surprised. And as we said last Tuesday, I'm surprised he's not fired now. Like, how does he still have his job?
I mean, they haven't had like a complete train wreck of a game. I think they get the Niners, Rams, and Bucks for the next three. I feel like one of those could be absolute catastrophe. And that's, I feel like, when you usually pull the trigger.
I think all of them could be catastrophe. Like, I think they
the Niners aren't going to blow them out. The Niners will be like a...
Yeah.
like what they did to the Rams, it'll be ugly. The Rams game in LA, I don't know. The Rams have been weird too. I feel like the Bucks could just torch them.
Oh yeah,
Be like a get right game for Brady, maybe.
no, definitely, and the defense.
Yeah, I'd score like 4 points.
But as with the Panthers, I think it's the same game every week. They have that one play that gets them down the field, and then Baker screws it up every time.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty much it. DJ Moore,
He's such a turd.
Baker.
I'm sorry, but yeah. Like
Yeah.
I'm past feeling bad. He just sucks.
He does, and it's like he's ready to be doubted. He's garbage.
Yeah.
The headlines right now is Baker's honeymoon in Carolina ends after 4 games.
How was the same Wentz headline that I got yesterday?
The Wentz
I was
honeymoon.
like, that was over a while ago, actually.
Nor was that a honeymoon. It was like it was like a arranged marriage. Well, all I gotta say, if I'm the Browns, I mean, you're just saying this is why we did what we did.
Yep, that's true.
That's why we did what we did. Cardinals, I still don't think they're very good. They had a chance to squander this game.
You beat one of the worst teams in the NFL. Congrats.
Yeah. Man, Kyler rushed 12 times. How many yards do you think he got at 12?
I already pulled it up, but
26 for the people wondering.
That's not good.
No. I do think they will be a little bit better with DeAndre Hopkins because none of their wide receivers besides Marquise Brown do anything. But Dortch.
What about yeah? There we go.
Dortch. He has some good games this season, but
what happened to Rondale Moore? He had that one huge game last year, and then he just disappeared.
Yep.
He might just be too small.
Small team.
5'9".
So is Dortch. Small team.
Some little fellas on that team.
Isn't Marquise Brown small too?
Not as small as those guys.
No, he's definitely not as. What's his height?
Oh, he is. He's 5'9".
Yep. It's a short team.
They have 5'9", 5'7",
5'8",
and 5'7".
Oh my god.
Is Dortch 5'8"?
I think he's 5'7", 5'8". And then Murray is 5'10".
Moore is 5'7".
God. What a tiny team. No wonder they can't move the ball.
I know.
Like
at some point, height does matter a little bit.
A little bit. And size. All these guys are super thin. They're like 100 pounds. Yeah,
It's nice to have like one of those guys.
You can't have them all your receivers.
It's literally all of them.
They need Hopkins back desperately if they want to produce any offense.
As does my fantasy team.
Do you have Hopkins?
Yep.
How late you get
in
him?
the bowels. 9th round.
Nice.
Filled out my starting team before I picked them up.
That's good. All right, Bills Ravens.
A tough one for the Ravens.
Frauds.
How are you gonna let it happen again?
Yeah, you can't let it happen.
How are you gonna get up that big and blow it again?
Yeah, especially against this team. You can't be held scoreless in the second half against anyone. This Ravens offense is too good, especially in the conditions that they like to play in. They like to run the football. They like to throw short passes to the tight end. That's all stuff that happens in the rain.
Or when you're up in the game.
Or when you're up in the game, yes.
When a team like that, and this is what they did in, what was it, 2019 when they were 14-2? They would get up on you early, and then you literally could do nothing about it because they would just run the ball the whole game. And now,
they will do it this year.
Against the Dolphins and the Bills, they've jumped up the big leads, and then they don't run the ball anymore.
So the 4th down call, you like it?
No. Not at all.
I thought it was a fine call because you hold Josh Allen on the 2-yard line if you miss it, but you can't throw an interception there.
Mm-hmm.
That was the worst case scenario possible on that play. Is Lamar throwing an interception in the line? Because
how much time was left? It was under 2, wasn't it?
It was under 2.
Or was it just above?
No, I think it was under 2. And you expect, I don't know, Josh Allen going 99 yards in the rain I'd put odds on that not working. But
Mhm.
going 50 yards, starting on the 20-yard line, that's not going to win you a football game. And I
Yeah.
get John Harbaugh came out afterwards and said, "Look, if we get to 7 there, the worst they can do is take it to overtime or win off a 2 point. But if we kick a field goal there, they can just drive down the field and score and win anyways."
I guess, but I mean, that was a game where, like, especially at that point, it was tough to put together a full drive.
Yeah,
And you also look at it as like, haven't scored the whole second half. Bills defense is probably pretty confident right now. And I don't know, like you don't have a serious, like a huge red zone threat. I guess you have Mark Andrews, but like they can just take him out if they really want to.
that's what good teams do. Remember against the
Yeah,
Steelers
that's
last
what
year?
the teams do. And then Ravens fans are like, oh, and then we just stop throwing to Mark Andrews. It's like,
And throw to
yeah, I
who?
think they just game plan for him.
Yeah. The didn't this happen against Steelers last year? They went for 2 when they won,
Mm-hmm.
and they threw it to Mark Andrews, and of course he was covered. That's the same
Yep.
play that happened this game. They know when it's 4th down, first option's Mark
There's
Andrews.
literally one player that can get the ball.
Yeah. So if you're gonna do it again, you gotta scheme up something. You gotta scheme up something else. So I think Ravens fans were calling for the coordinator, offensive coordinator. They've been calling for him for a while, and
Yeah, at least since the start of last season.
they
Maybe
need
even this season before.
something. And for having the quote unquote best secondary in the NFL, they've given up the most passing yards in the NFL. Fun
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah, no, the defense is that's a fraudulent unit.
Yo, definitely, 100%. It doesn't make any sense too when you look at the players.
No, it doesn't.
It's
But
weird.
they've also been together for a few years, and defenses in the NFL, like the defenses that are really good one year, never last. It seems like.
Recently, at least.
Yeah.
It's strange, and I don't think it's what do they got next? I think next up they're playing the Bengals Sunday. Yeah, Sunday night.
Mhm.
That's got to
That's a
be
fun Sunday night game.
that is a fun Sunday night game. That's got to be a get right game though.
Yeah, Bengals are coming off 2 wins though.
Yeah, and Ravens are coming off. I mean, not 2 losses. They won one in between, but in past 3 weeks, 2 brutal, devastating losses.
Yeah.
So,
But the other way to look at it is, on the positive side, if you're a Ravens fan, is look, you're 2-2.
hmm
You've played or you've lost 2 games against 2 really good teams, and it's week 5.
yeah, nah, there's
So-
no. I don't think there's any panic,
No, there isn't.
but there's
I don't think this team that makes a run though.
no. Yeah, there's definitely a question mark next to them.
Mhm.
Big one. All right,
Is it too early to say this Sunday night game decides the division?
let me look. Let me look at
Too
the schedule.
early?
Look at the Bengals schedule. I'll look at the Ravens. See if it's
Yeah.
a little too early. Oh, I don't know. They play again January 8th, last week of the season. That could be it.
Well, just to send them on like different trajectories though. Like if the Bengals win this, they'll have won 3 in a row. Like they could be cruising and never look back.
Oh, yeah. I think it might because the Bengals
That
then
might
have the
be-
Saints, Falcons, Browns, Panthers, Steelers,
Yeah.
Titans. All teams that they should beat.
Yeah. Their schedule gets tough at the end of the year though.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Their last 6,
Yeah.
Chiefs, Browns, Bucks, Pats, Bills, Ravens.
Yeah,
Woof.
that is tough.
That
And
is a brutal way to end the season.
no, and they get Bills and Ravens at home, which is nice, but Bucks away
Mhm.
and I guess I don't know if Pats away means anything, but
Christmas Eve.
it is. Oh, that is. Yeah, it could be snowing. I guess it snows in Cincinnati. So
Yeah, no, they're not worried about the cold. Good from Ohio.
no, yeah, sure. Let's for fun. It's for the division.
Yep,
Let's
that's
get it
right.
in there. All right, Jags Eagles. Trevor just literally fumbled the game away.
So I thought that like I was really fired up about this game at the beginning.
Oh yeah, so was I.
They went down and scored twice right away.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, especially for my Doug Peterson Coach of the Year bet.
That was
This was
great.
such a huge one because Sirianni's the guy right now. So if he could beat him, that'd be a big step forward. But yeah, then they just got clamped.
They couldn't produce until the fourth quarter. After that, they
Mhm.
couldn't do much at all. And every time they did have a good drive, it seemed like the pass rush just got to Trevor, and the fumbles just started happening.
Mhm.
This an interesting Eagles team though, because it's like,
They score in bursts.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. They score in bursts and then go cold for a little bit.
Mm.
Like,
Like those are the most frustrating teams to play against too, because like things will be going fine, you're right in the game, and then 10 minutes go by and you're down 3 touchdowns.
yeah, because it's like boom, you can get a pick, you can get they have a great. I think it's because of their defense. It's like they have a good
Mhm.
defense that can just take over the game pretty much.
Yeah. Yep. And there's a lot of big play threat there too, with Hurts on the ground, Devontae Smith, and AJ Brown,
Even Miles
and
Sanders
Miles
too.
Sanders.
Yeah.
That was weird.
It it was a weird game for sure. I think if it wasn't raining, I think the Jags produce a little bit more offense and can try to keep this a little bit closer. But
Yeah, probably.
you got to play to the conditions.
Yep. It's a man's league.
All right. They wore black for their funeral.
The funeral.
Let's get out there first before you get all doom and gloom. How'd you feel about the uniforms?
They're okay, I guess. It's not them though.
It didn't feel right.
No. Like they're fine looking uniforms, but not for like a different team, maybe.
They
They look like Baylor playing in like the Big Ten championship. That's what they looked like.
Baylor.
Yeah, or like Iowa State.
It was definitely,
Especially in that stadium. That's what it looked like.
yeah, it definitely didn't feel like a Washington team.
Mhm.
And go ahead.
I mean, like I said earlier, it didn't really bother me that much. I'm usually like these Cowboy games usually are the one thing where even if they stink, I would like really be invested in. And I guess I was for a little bit, and then this has happened to me the last 2 weeks where there's a point in the game where it's like, well, whatever. Because they drove down towards the end of the game, and then I can't remember if he threw a pick in the end zone or if they just no, it was like 4th and 11 at the 15 or something like that. They got stopped, obviously. I was like, well, oh well.
The it's when I watched these plays on Red Zone, it was like the Cowboys weren't even covered. Like that CeeDee Lamb touchdown at the end, he does this
Yeah.
little move and the corner's off of him. Like
Yeah.
he has a disease.
Who was? I think it was Will
It was
Jackson.
Jackson. It was.
It's been terrible
Yeah.
this year.
He was
Really bad.
he let him walk into the end zone.
Yeah. So that was embarrassing. But overall, I mean, it's not gonna be worth my time this year, I don't think. I'll watch.
Who is Jonathan Williams?
What, the running back?
Yeah.
Some scrub.
They threw him in and that's McKissick's old number. So I was like, oh, McKissick's playing.
Yeah,
And I'm
20.
like, who is
or,
that?
41.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's confusing. But I don't know why they're not throwing the ball at Terry. It doesn't make any sense to me. Wentz can't do anything. It's just a big oaf out there. I don't
Really
like at
is.
some point I would love to see Howell, but I'm worried about it because I don't want to throw him in there and then
Then he looks
look
bad.
bad. And like he's probably not ready yet. There's no way. But it'd be interesting. I'll have to look at the schedule and see when the Howell game should come. They did put together one, and Wentz will do this. They put together a really nice drive in the second quarter, and he threw a perfect pass to Dotson in the end zone.
Can I give you the Howell game right now?
Yeah.
November 20th versus the Texans.
Yeah. Because that's right after the Eagles on
Yes,
Monday
yeah,
night,
I was just
which
about
is
to
going to
say.
be a slaughter.
That's literally what I was about to say.
Yep, and then you get
then you
Texans,
get- yeah,
Falcons,
yeah, there you
Giants, Giants.
You just told me. You just told me the whole. Literally everything I was about to say. You just. That's the
All right,
Howell
well, now
game.
I'm pumped.
November 20th.
And
That's when the
perfect
season starts.
And that's perfect because that's when the college football season will be wrapping up. Baseball will be done by then.
Oh,
Basketball
perfect.
will just be getting started, but it'll
Right,
be out of conference games.
right for
So there
you
we go. I'll
to
be willing to get back into it a little bit, maybe.
season starts November 20th.
That's right. As long as Hal's in.
Yeah, as long as he actually
Uh,
gets subbed in.
and Del Rio's fired.
Is
Get him out of here.
is Ron gonna get fired too?
I think so.
He's got to eventually, right?
Well, so yeah, when they hired him, he said that this was going to be like a 3 to 5 year rebuild. They're in year 3, and they're moving in the wrong direction. Especially or not. I guess not especially at the quarterback position, but it's like everything they built is just not working.
Yeah.
Like you fortified the D line, you drafted a middle linebacker, signed secondary guys, and all of them suck. There's not like one redeemable unit. I mean, I guess the defense was okay. They only gave up 22 points, but Cooper Rush. So that's not like anything to write home about. And he scored 10 points.
Yeah. That it's really the off. Like it's as much it is the defense does stink, but the offense needs to score eventually.
Well, the line has been bad. They can't run the ball at all. The weapon is he's a squirt gun at this point. It's no longer
Super soaker.
an Uzi. Super, not even super, just a
soaker.
regular soaker.
Just a soaker.
Like a handgun, water gun. It's like the worst kind. And then, yeah, when I just like watching Carson Wentz makes me so angry. And I don't know what I expected. It was like this is exactly what he is.
Yep.
And if you don't surround him with a literal perfect situation like he had last year, then he's just gonna sell. Even if you do, he'll still probably sell.
I was about to say last year he sold too.
Yeah.
So the Cooper Rush. I mean, he's not good, right?
It's not terrible.
I mean, talk about born winner. 4-0. They're 5-0.
I think
now.
At the when I was in the dining hall today, I saw they had ESPN on, and the headline was, "Should the Cowboys put Dak back in if Cooper Rush still hasn't lost a game?"
I think if they
beat
beat the Rams next week with Cooper Rush, I don't know how you could get back Dak.
How could you go back to him?
I don't know. I really don't, and it would have to be. But that being said, I don't think they're going to beat the Rams. I hope not.
I don't know.
I can't. I mean, the world can't have these Cowboys beating the Rams, going to the Eagles game thinking they're going to win.
Well, that's the worst thing. Is it's like I don't want the Cowboys to win the division, but the Eagles are going to win the division then, and they're almost just as bad.
They have been getting just as bad.
Because they've already won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's why. And it's
so annoying.
And now it stinks when you look at the Eagles schedule because it's really bad.
Mm-hmm. Somebody posted on Twitter that like the metrics say that they'll be favored in every game the rest of the season.
Ugh. Ugh. I hate that so much.
I hate it too. They're not supposed to be good. They're supposed to be frisky.
I know. And they have been frisky. They've scored 24, 24, 29, and I guess 38 the first game. I don't know.
I mean, their only competitive game has been the Lions.
Yeah. Yep.
But you also have not really beaten anyone.
It's weird. The Packers is gonna are they really gonna go? They're not gonna go undefeated, right?
All right. Yeah. No. Let's have 13 more games.
I know. And crazy stuff happens, but they're favored in all of them. Ugh, hate it.
It's really gross.
So nasty. All right, let's move on.
Just not okay.
Yeah, let's move on.
Making me upset.
Falcons Browns. This is one of those games that just kind of happened.
Yep.
At least for me.
I had a couple of those this week.
I didn't really care about it. Poor Cordell Patterson. I feel bad that he's injured.
Yeah, that's tough. Shout out to the Browns though for being literally the toughest team to predict what's going to happen week in and week out. It might just be the alternating wins team.
Oh, I like it. Just every other
wins next
week.
week.
Oh, against the
Ooh,
Chargers.
next week.
Chargers.
Yep, that's a win. Love it. I love because the Chargers are the same way.
Yeah, they are the same way, and they just won.
Well, actually, no, the Chargers are not alternating. They're just like
They're random. They're
literally
coin
have no
flip.
idea.
Yeah, it's
They're
a coin
so
flip.
random. The Browns might be a pattern. So I already love the Browns next week.
So, uh, Pitts is just a sunk cost for anyone who drafted him in fantasy.
Or for anyone who bet the over on his receiving
Yeah.
yards for the season.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, or anyone who.
My preseason bets are looking great. Saints to make playoffs. Solid. Bucks Super Bowl. Pitts over. Doug Peterson.
Coach of the year.
That's like the best looking one. There's like a better chance of Doug Peterson winning Coach of the Year than Kyle Pitts hitting his over on the yards at this point.
Ugh, and it's true too. Ugh.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah. Oh well.
All right. Well, again, that game, like I don't think anything needs to really be discussed.
No, yeah, they played.
Chargers Texans. I really thought the Texans were gonna cover. It really
That was almost an epic collapse.
Yeah.
Well, the Chargers had the ball, or not the Chargers. The Texans had the ball. I think it was 27-24.
Yep.
Like ready to score,
Yeah.
and then they turned it over.
Didn't that happen last week against the Bears? They were ready to win the game, ready to kick the field goal, and then they turned it over.
They just don't score in the fourth quarter.
They can't. And they did this game, but
Like this was the first time that they actually did this season.
they can't finish games. They're a 50-minute team.
Yeah, they can't.
They're a
Yep.
50-minute team.
They are.
They're a fun 50-minute team though.
They have not got blown out yet. Like we say that they're the worst team in the NFL, but they've been competitive every week.
Gritty team.
They are gritty. And Campbell would love to get his mitts on it.
The Chargers are not so gritty.
No.
They it was nice to see them actually, produce good offensive drives and actually score at the beginning.
I
of the
think
game.
does Herbert normal?
Yeah, I think he's
now,
back.
right?
I think he's back. The lung puncture didn't end his career, which was nice.
Yeah.
A lot of Sony Michel. Still. Too
That's
many.
never a good thing, right?
No, there's too many. Like, just give it to Josh Kelly or Austin Eckler because it's going to be better than Michelle. There's no reason he should be getting 6 carries. Not in 2021, too.
Not at all.
All right. I have nothing else to say about this game either.
No.
All right.
The Chargers almost charged it.
They did. Props to them, I guess, for not charging it up.
That's a step forward.
Progress. Titans Colts.
The Colts are bad.
Yeah.
That last week was just an anomaly. It wasn't like a
Yeah,
hey,
pretty
we're back
much.
game.
And Derrick Henry is sort of back. Pretty much back.
And I'd like to see more, but
I don't like to see him drop third down passes. Seems pretty bad, especially when he's wide open. Seems like something Derrick Henry shouldn't do. But other than that, I guess like the offense is humming a little bit. And
humming for their standards, yeah.
Yes, for their standards.
But like that's also when they were good. That's how they would win games.
No, exactly.
Problem
like
is,
this.
I still think that their defense stinks.
Yeah, I agree. Matt Ryan, almost 400 passing yards, and 17 points to show for it.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Well, and like I don't know what's wrong with Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, that's.
Is it the wear and tear?
It's gotta be right. He's just got he. It's funny. Derrick Henry gets like 5 years of the wear and tear coming out on him, and the Jonathan Taylor it's like 1 year. It's like, nah, sorry.
Yeah.
Look, people just ain't built the same.
Nope. That's true. You look at McCaffrey too. Same exact thing. McCaffrey had like 1 year, and then it was like, the wear and tear is already getting to him. Henry, you're right. He like literally carried the offense for 4 years.
It's because he's built like a truck.
Yes, he's an alien.
Yeah. So I think this should be a lesson to a lot of teams that unless your guy's built like a truck,
Yeah.
that
you happen to stumble into drafting Derrick Henry in the second round, don't sign your running back.
Yep, I agree.
But the NFL is much better when Derrick Henry is Derrick Henry. He's honestly one of the most fun players to watch.
And he's rootable too, because he doesn't do
Yep.
anything. He just runs down people's throats.
Just big and awesome.
Yeah, and just like murders people on the field.
Yes.
All right. Next up we
The
have.
Lions. Can we do the Lions game?
Sure. Can we skip over Bears Giants? Like just skip it. Same story.
Yeah.
Like the Giants ended up winning with 75 passes.
Fields hit his over on the passing yards though. Did you see that?
Oh my god.
It was like the lowest
174.
total ever. And he hit it.
Good for him. Good for Fields.
The Giants are the most fraudulent 3-1 team that's ever existed. Right?
It's Saquon. It's Saquon and then Daniel Jones rushing touchdowns. That's it. That's their team.
I mean, like, they play the Packers and the Ravens next 2 weeks. Can we please humble them?
I agree.
Although I like haven't
'cause-
heard them puffing their chests out at all. I think
No,
they
it's
probably know.
almost it's even worse. It's like, like you like the Giants, like 3-1 Giants. It's like almost worse than pumping out their chest. They're like,
yeah,
like,
yeah, that's true.
see
Well,
this-
if they win like one big game, then it changes.
yeah, no, that's the thing. They're just waiting for their big game to win. They know that
Mhm.
they've beaten no one so far, so they're just like casually throwing it in there that the Giants are 3-1 every conversation. And now when they win a game, they're gonna be like, they're gonna be pumping out their chest.
Yeah, so let's hope that the Packers just wipe them off the face of the earth next week. We don't have to deal with that garbage anymore.
I agree. All right, now we can go to Lions Seahawks.
What a game!
Game of the year.
I mean, seriously,
Yeah, okay.
like this was incredible. I think that every defensive coach on the line should be fired.
Oh yeah.
Like, the fact that they gave up that many points to Geno Smith, and it was like every third down, the call was just zero blitz. It was like Greg Williams was coaching the team, and they just kept giving up big plays. It's like, what are they doing? The fourth down, and it was like a 4th and long, and the Seahawks just ran a draw play and scored a touchdown.
Yeah, the fact that
Lions
Rashad
just
Penny,
sent everybody,
the-
and then
the-
they did it again.
they just sent everyone to the quarterback and just didn't care about Rashad Penny whatsoever. The whole game.
And it was literally deja vu. Like the last, if it was the last drive of the game or the second last, but it was the same exact thing happened. Like they just handed the ball off,
Yeah, no, it's all they need to do.
or
The-
they just threw a guy on a slant route, and there was no one within 20 yards of him. So it was a absolutely disgraceful performance from the defense and the coaching. But again, like the offense is unstoppable. Why are they so good?
I don't know why this offense is so good because now, like this,
They were missing their best player.
I was just about
St.
to
Brown
say,
didn't even play.
and Swift and I think another wide receiver too. They were missing so many people that I thought the first quarter I was like, okay, this makes sense. Like the Seahawks are, I guess, are just gonna run them. Like their offense can't score, and then all of a sudden the second half, and they're coming back.
Yep. And they were there so many times, and they just pop right back up.
Yep. They're definitely like this is exactly what Hard Knock showed us.
Yes.
That they're just gonna like that, like what the. It's funny because we were joking about it too, like that little bit left that they're getting out. This season, they're getting that little bit out. I feel like they're just getting, they're winning all these high school. They're producing points. They're getting, and they're just gonna lose. They're gonna cover all these games again, and just. I guess this one they were favored though, right?
They were favored. Yeah,
That's
they laid
see,
3.
just don't make the Lions favored. They'll cover, and we'll all have a good day.
Yeah, I learned that lesson of like, let's not bet on the Lions when they're favorites.
No, it's not a fun one because then you just look, then you're just like, oh, it's the Lions. What am I doing?
Yep. I'm gonna have to bring back the don't bet on the Lions anymore.
I think don't bet on them as favorites. I think that's the key. When they're underdogs,
I guess.
they can cover.
Who do they have next?
The
They have-
Pats.
They got the Pats. That's right.
And I think they're 2.5 underdogs.
I would think around 3. Hmm.
I don't know. I don't think
It's tough.
that see it's funny. It's like, and he's also maybe it's because they cover because they give him like 10 point spreads every week. Maybe that's why they cover.
That was last year. Was they were like laying, or they were getting so many points that it's like if they played a competitive game, which they did every week,
They would
gonna
just
cover
cover.
the spread.
So
It wasn't
Goff,
that impressive.
Goff he's way better than Stafford's been.
Yeah. I mean, this year.
Yeah, no, this year. I mean, like I saw it was funny. I saw an argument. They were like, "Oh, the Rams won a Super Bowl last
Yeah.
year. They're not regretting
The
not.
Rams do not regret
No, they're not
making
like
that trade.
they're not looking at Jared Goff's numbers now and going, damn, what could have been?
Yeah, right.
Like they already have the
Yeah,
chip.
they're
They
looking
got it.
at the ring on their finger.
Yeah.
Saying, "Oh, well, that worked out pretty well for us." I think.
I don't know about like the Seahawks too. Like, why are they scoring this many points?
I don't know.
This is I think
Russell
like
Wilson's Seahawks scored 20 points in this game.
100%. I think this is like one of the perfect scenarios for DK Metcalf. Like he re-signed with the crappy team, and people didn't think that he wasn't going to get produced as much as he was, and here he is working with Geno.
You gotta give it to Geno.
Oh yeah, and give it to
he's
Pete Carroll
good.
too.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I guess the
Yeah, 'cause
Seahawks
we ripped on Pete Carroll a lot.
and I guess the Seahawks organization they saw it was Russ.
Mhm.
And they chose. Remember, we were giving them crap for choosing Pete over Russ,
Mhm.
but turns out they're the same record right now.
Yep. That
That's
team
good.
is still not good though.
No, I don't think they are at all. But hey, they got it. But there's I don't know. Are they like no? They're not good.
No, they're not good.
All right, Jets Steelers.
Pick it.
Yeah, rip Mitch era.
Sorry, Mitch. Sorry.
Yeah. So Pickett had 3 incompletions. All 3 of them were picks.
The last one I don't think was his fault.
Was that the one where he threw it to Chase Claypool and it got tipped and picked?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was not his fault. That's a 6'4" receiver against a 5'9" corner, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that clip on Twitter.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. He got 2 rushing touchdowns. That was pretty cool. And now he's a starter. He's going to be the starter, and he's going to be. I'm excited. I feel like this was the right time to start it. And
I never like when they just throw him in the middle of the game, though.
Was it not at like halftime?
Unless they told him. Well, either way, I feel like you should have the week to prepare as the starter. But I'm not an NFL coach.
No, that's fair. And I'm sure.
Matters.
And it's funny because it's like throughout the whole training camp, it was like, oh, Mason Rudolph's number 2. And it's like the second they need to sub in someone, it's like they ain't going to Mason Rudolph.
No.
I'm
surprised
surprised
he's still there.
That's what I was saying. I'm surprised that he's still on the team.
I'm like, what is he doing there?
Are the Steelers are they the worst team? They stink.
In the league?
Dude, I feel like I don't know. Like I feel like the Falcons could run their money.
Do they play this year?
Let me find out. Yeah, December 4th.
Yeah.
Let's see if the Falcons run their money.
There we go.
Put it on it now. But like they're gonna.
Yep, for the line moves.
Dude, they're playing the Bills, Bucks, Dolphins, if Eagles. They're losing all those games. I guess.
I mean, unless Pickett just takes
yeah.
the offense into a different gear. But if you're not beating the Jets at home, then you're probably not going to win a lot of games.
No, I don't think so.
The Jets stink.
They do, and Wilson didn't look great.
No.
Did you see?
And that's a tough secondary to play against.
Yeah, it is, and it's that's the thing. That's the only thing that makes them maybe not the worst team in the league is that their defense is still tough.
Mm-hmm.
But their offense is so abysmal, and
that's really terrible.
They're
just one of those teams where, like, if you're a fan, or I guess not, if you're just watching them at all, it's just like not even fun.
Oh no, not at all.
Like you'd rather sit there and do nothing than
Steelers Pats was terrible.
Yep,
it's awful. Did you see the Zach Wilson gritty?
No, I didn't.
After he caught a touchdown, he grittied.
Okay.
And he tweeted out today, "Don't worry, Giselle, I got you."
No, that was fake.
Oh, was it really?
I think so.
Did I get sacked?
I think he got sacked. I almost got sacked earlier. I saw that Chris Paul was retiring. Twitter sent me an alert. I was like, get out of here.
That's funny. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Twitter
I
will
think
send
he-
you
I think
alerts
he
on
got
fake
sacked.
news. Yeah, I think I got
I
sacked.
know, it's so annoying.
That's so
I literally
bad.
got an alert from Ballsack Sports. Are you serious? Like, why are you sending me? And
on,
of course, my
Twitter.
eyes go right to the Chris Paul's retiring. I was like, oh,
Yeah, it's like
it's literally right there. That it's Ballsack Sports.
no.
It's like, come on, like we gotta be better than that.
Man, I can't believe I fell for it now. It was a good Photoshop tweet. It was a good one.
Yeah, that's,
Um, the Jet and
he's not that much of a stud yet.
No, yeah, he needs to and not to call out Tom Brady's girl either. That's impossible. Like, come
Yeah.
on. I don't think he's very good, Wilson.
The drive at the end was gutsy. I'll give him that.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, and he drove him down to win. I think Corey Davis is doing well for them, and Garrett Wilson, their connection is good. He just needs to throw to him more. And
Who do they have coming up?
that's a good question.
See, Dolphins, Packers,
Broncos,
Broncos. Those are not
Pats.
easy defenses.
And then the Pats.
And then the Bills.
And the Pats again. Damn. Could be looking like the Jets pretty soon.
Yep.
Could be looking like the Jets.
Not too worried about that.
No.
They could be frisky though.
No, and I think they're a fun team. I think they're a fun team no matter what, which is something that you don't see a lot with the Jets.
So, yeah. So shout out to them for that, I guess.
Being fun.
At least your fans are going to be looking forward to watching you play.
Yeah.
That's the biggest compliment I can give them right now, I think.
I agree. All right.
Which, like, what more do you want at this point?
For a Jet, yeah, especially if you're a Jets fan, what more could you
Right,
want?
yeah.
Vikings Saints London game. Were you up?
I slept in.
I was up for most of it, like about
Uh,
the last 3 quarters, probably.
okay.
Saints got
Yeah, I
screwed.
remember I like woke up, you had texted me something, and I was like, oh. Sucks.
Saints got screwed yet again.
So what happened?
So
I didn't get to watch the highlights either.
last play of the game, last drive of the game, the Saints, the Vikings are marching down. Adam Thielen gets some sort of like basically the play was the call should have been offensive pass interference or no call at all, and they gave it on the defense.
Okay.
There was also they put it on the defense. They did that like twice almost of these no call type situations like the Rams, and it's funny because it's like England gets to see that the refs hate the Saints. The black helmets do not work on the white uniforms. I have to throw that out there.
I don't know. I don't like them.
They didn't look right.
Some of the cleanest uniforms in the league are the Saints
All
white jerseys with the gold numbers because they match with the gold helmets.
Yeah.
Take out the gold helmets and what are we doing here?
No, and they looked like it looked like a helmet just didn't belong. And that was the key of it. I mean, Kirk Cousins did another Kirk Cousins game. Very typical Kirk Cousins game.
Yep.
Justin Jefferson did good for you.
Kirk Cousins versus Kirk Cousins game.
Yeah, Andy Dalton. Dalton looked decent.
This is like we talk about quarterbacks needing good situations to succeed. This is a good situation.
I agree. I think,
and the Saints always are.
Mm-hmm. He's a veteran quarterback that doesn't turn over the ball a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Now that he's a backup, I think.
At once Kamara plays too.
Yeah, so I heard a thing.
Another weapon.
I heard a thing that he might have not been allowed to leave the country. I don't know if that's true or not.
Because of his legal stuff?
Because of his legal stuff, he might not have been allowed to leave the country.
Interesting.
I'm going to look that up, actually.
They need to draft a quarterback, though.
Yeah, they can't fall into the Colts situation where they just carousel these quarterbacks over and over again.
Or the Panthers.
But I think like with James, I mean, I don't know. I was more high on the Saints than you were during the preseason. And I don't know. I think they have the weapons. I think you're right. They just got to get a quarterback in
And there's time to like the season's not over yet.
there. No, not at all.
Last week was bad. The Panthers game was bad.
Panthers game was
But
very bad. Jameis looked like they should have subbed in Dalton. I think Dalton would have won that game.
probably, yeah.
So I think if
Ain't
Jameis
every-
is hurt, just keep running with Dalton because I think he can beat the Seahawks. And
Yep.
then
Should.
say Jameis is still hurt. A little revenge game against the Bengals.
Oh, there you go.
Love me some revenge games, so
That's right.
I'm all for it.
Lock in that wise pick.
Yeah, bingo. Anyways, I still think I don't think there's any time to panic for the Saints. Their QB's been injured, their running back's been injured, but I think this team is still pretty good. All right, I have nothing
Is
else
that
to say
it?
about that game. Yeah. Oh wait, did you see the double doink at least?
I heard about the double doink. Couldn't see
So
it.
the Saints made it all the way down the field. They it was a 60. Actually, I guess not all the way down the field. It was a 61 yarder. They just
Mhm.
hit a 60 yarder, and I felt so bad for Will Lutz because he just nails a 60 yarder, goes back out there, has to do it again, nails the left upright, bounces off the crossbar, and then it somehow like it looked like so it bounced. It went backwards going once it hit the first crossbar, and then it hit the
Mhm.
bottom, and it started going the other way. It was just such an unlucky bounce. That could have
Interesting.
bounced easily into the field.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? I think this is a game that the Saints just like you kind of just write off to we kind of got screwed and we could have made that 61 yarder a little bit shorter, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to talk about Thursday?
I mean, I hope Tua's okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's much we
Really
need to say
only-
about this game besides hopefully Tua's career is not over.
The fact that he was allowed to play, really, after the last game, shouldn't have played. He shouldn't have finished that game. First of all, after the and I saw it 100 times of the video of him getting up, starting to walk, falling, and them having to prop him up. He was weekend at Bernie's and say, "All right, win us a football game," which he did. But he should not have been able to. And it's like, I don't know what the concussion protocol is. I think it was Emmanuel Acho that said it's literally like, what day is it and who's the president? And
That's like little league. I remember when I
Right.
like I played one season of football and I like got hit once maybe and they were like,
Yeah.
what's your middle name? And I was like, Michael. And they're like, all right, word.
I like if that's actually the protocol, then that's kind of scary. Like, use your eyes.
Yeah.
If he can't walk, then he's not good to play.
Oh, definitely. And the what was I gonna say? The fact that like this staff, there has to be some sort of like he played 3 days ago,
Mhm.
and that just happened. And look, it's something that shouldn't happen in this sport, and hopefully everyone is okay with it at the end. Like, hopefully everyone's okay. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all that can be said.
And it's they fired the doctor, right?
Mhm.
I feel like the doctor is probably a fall guy.
Oh,
Because, like, well, of course, the doctor, being the doctor, if he had any integrity whatsoever, he should have said he's not playing. And if the front office forced him to put him in, then he should have resigned.
yeah.
But that decision comes from the front office. They probably buzz down and say, hey, we need to win this game.
Mhm.
Put him back in. Which
And-
sucks.
What sucks too is they were just 3-0. They could have easily started Teddy this game and said we'll take the loss.
Yep.
So it's really shameful, and now they're stuck. Like now it's like they get the price that they asked for. Now they have to
Yep.
play Teddy Bridgewater, and
Yeah,
I think
and you might have ruined your franchise quarterback.
hopefully not though. I really
I hope not.
That would really suck.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else about the football week?
I'm 0-4 in fantasy. I started Tua this week. I didn't start Tua. I waited to say this until after we did the whole like serious matter.
Mhm.
But if I didn't start Tua, I would have. Or if he didn't get killed, I probably would have won that game. Uh,
That's tough.
so it's
0-4 is
it's tough.
but like, is there gonna be a big trade
I
coming?
mean,
Is there a trade in the works? Is there
I
anything?
like my team. I like
Trying
the
to-
guys that I have, so I don't know what to do.
That's brutal. I think.
I might try to work a trade. The only guy that I really don't like is DJ Moore. He sucks, and I blame Baker for that.
Yeah,
And Waller's been bad.
you might just have to wait until he gets traded to the Chiefs or something.
Yeah, I have Hopkins.
So you can wait
Like chops.
2 more weeks.
I don't know. No,
No, you can't. You got to win this. You got to win. So
if I go 7-3 the rest of the season, I can still make the play. At 7-7, I could get into the playoffs.
oh yeah. No,
So I
the
just gotta do
season's
that.
not over, but it's
If I lose one more game, then it's like,
Yes.
all right, well, now I just don't want to get last.
yep.
But,
Yep. Is there any other 0-4 in our league, or is it just you?
John,
John.
I think I'm significantly better than John.
John's team sucks.
Yes.
I played him this
Just
week.
because I said that, I'll probably have like Justin Jefferson tears ACL, and then my season's over.
Yeah, that's a tough look. I thought the calendar
I'm better
was
than
still in
you,
play.
I think.
3-1. 3-1. 3-1. So the calendar was out of the play. I didn't know that happened.
Yeah.
So now, okay, all right, that's fine. Whatever.
You wanted a calendar?
I did. I thought
Okay.
I thought our fans would have wanted one too.
I'm sure they would have.
They really would have. All right, that does it for the NFL week. It was another, like, I feel like the 1 o'clocks were more boring than the other ones this week. I don't know. It was a weird week.
No, because you had the
I had the
Ravens,
Pats one. That's
Steelers
why.
games all came down, and then the Lions.
We need more Lions Seahawks games,
Yes.
please. We need
Yep.
some defenses to stop showing up.
Yeah. That was like a Big 12 game.
Oh yeah, I'm tired of seeing like 24-17,
Yeah.
23-20. Like, give us
Give
some
me like
points.
56-42 or something like that.
And not even that. Like, give us 36-37. Like, give us something.
Yeah.
Give us some points.
Mhm.
So hopefully we can get some teams with some points. I think the takeaway though from this NFL season is that besides the Chiefs, I don't know if anyone's good. They're all bad.
I don't think, yeah. I think there's like 3 good teams.
Yeah, and
I think the Bills are good.
I do. Yeah, I think the Bills are good. And then the Chiefs.
I do think the Eagles are good.
The who?
The Eagles.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah.
Don't even say it.
And I think that's it.
So Bills, Chiefs, Eagles. That's what we got
Yeah.
so far.
Yep.
Woof. All right. College corner, or we want to? Yeah, let's go college corner first. What you got?
Took care of business on Saturday in the rain.
There you go.
14-point win against Michigan State. Looked pretty solid doing it. There was one incident where I thought I was gonna have a meltdown. They had a big run to put them at the 1 yard line, and they ran it 4 times and got stuffed every play.
Oh,
I thought I was gonna lose my mind, but they didn't let it get to them. Luckily, we need more fans at the game. I know the weather was bad, but it was pretty embarrassing showing. So that's my complaint. Got to win this weekend. Keep the momentum rolling. I was looking at the schedule, and I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but there's a legitimate chance that they could be like 7-1 going into the Penn State game.
that would be insane.
Yeah,
I'm just accepting that
actually 8-1.
my team. I'm just accepting that every game that's not conference, they're gonna blow out, and every game that is, they're gonna get blown out.
Yeah, that's usually what Maryland is.
Like, I guess Vanderbilt, they can
That's
win.
not a conference game.
What?
That's not a conference game.
It is, but
Okay.
yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yeah, and then,
Sure.
but even last year, Vanderbilt took us to the last drive. I don't know. I don't know. It's getting boring to watch.
Yeah.
When 1 week you're getting blown out, and the next week you're blowing out someone else. It's just not fun football.
It's impossible to have any excitement.
Yeah. So I don't know. Kentucky, I have no hope for. Even though they lost.
Did they get beat by?
They lost to Old Miss.
It's not a good. It's not a good loss.
No, it's not. But they'll beat us. It's all right. We'll get back. That's all I really got. Besides non-football related college corner stuff, Gamecock water polo. I'm back.
You're back.
I'm back.
Playing.
Yeah, no, I've decided.
Huge.
Yeah, I've decided I'm unretiring from the sport of water polo, and I'm going to my first practice. It starts at 7.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Exciting stuff.
Yep. I'm excited to be back. I haven't been in the water in a while, so I'm gonna be exhausted.
Is it is it club?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, club water polo. They do. They started doing tournaments now, though.
Oh,
On the
that's cool.
weekends, going to different schools. Seems pretty fun.
Yeah, there you go.
So I'm excited to be back, and
Should I try to become a Barstool athlete?
I should. Do they do club?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, I probably can't then.
Might be able to get some NIL money
Yeah, I'm sure.
somehow.
Yeah, I'm sure. Hey, maybe we win big. I'll get some NL money.
Yeah.
All right, you got anything else for College Corner?
No.
All right.
No. Can I do
There's-
baseball now?
Yeah, I was just about to say it's time for you
Okay.
to talk about some baseball.
They made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Finally. It's
Yeah.
been since 2011. I don't even know how I'm gonna handle it. It's been that I haven't been. I guess 2011 I was in 4th grade, 5th
Wow.
grade maybe, and I remember the last game, kind of.
Mhm.
I remember bits and pieces, but I've never sat down and watched a full playoff baseball game with my team and been passionate about it.
I'm proud for
So
you.
this weekend is
happy
going to
for you.
be. Thank you. I appreciate it. It was a long time coming.
No, and you've been invested with this Phillies team for a while now.
Yeah, I mean, I really started paying attention when they were really bad.
Mhm.
Because it was as soon as I started actually being able to watch more is when they started to hit their downward slope. But then Bryce happened and a couple bad years, well, not bad years, a couple mediocre years. And this year looked like everything was falling apart again, but they weathered the storm. Shout out to the Marlins also for taking care of the Brewers. That was big. I watched more baseball on Sunday than I did football,
Wow.
actually,
Wow.
because, yeah.
I feel
I
like on
watched it.
Saturday when I was trying to watch college football, I watched more baseball because I kept watching what's his name get walked every
Judge.
play. Yeah, Judge. Why do they think we care about baseball? If we cared about the Yankees and and baseball, we would watch the Yankees in baseball.
Yeah,
And it's also not even the freaking record.
I know. It's so frustrating.
It's not even the record. It's what is it? The AL record?
The AL record. Yeah. The real record's 73.
Yeah, he's off by 16. I really hope he doesn't.
I don't
get it.
know. I hope he doesn't either.
It would be
It'd be
so
so
funny.
But anyway, back to the Phillies.
So sorry.
No, you're good. Last night was it just felt good. It was the Aaron Nola, who's been there since, he was a guy that they drafted. He wasn't a free agent. He's been there for a while. He had a perfect game through 6 innings. It was the best game he's ever pitched in his life, or at least at the major league level. In the biggest game that he's ever pitched in his life. So that was cool because there's been criticism of him late in the season, which was valid the past couple of years, but he showed up. The young guys have showed up, and now you're in the playoffs. You never know.
So series
Braves won the World Series last year with 88 wins. This team has 87. I mean,
So
I'm going to take it one game at a time.
okay, but I
So
want to.
right now I'm focused on Friday.
Okay.
I'm not thinking about big picture.
All right, then I won't ask you about big picture. That'd be unfair.
Okay.
I'll let you sit it out, and we'll come back next Tuesday. I mean, they might be out, right? They could still, if they're still in, I'll let you know. I'll ask
Yeah,
them.
and Friday pod, we're probably gonna have to work around the game.
Okay. That's fine.
If
That's fine. I don't have class.
it's been 11 years.
No, yeah, no, I get it. That's totally
So
fine.
and Saturday, depending on what time they play, I might have to leave the Maryland game early. We'll see. But this weekend is gonna revolve around baseball. I might
Good.
even just go home
I think I think
because I can't deal with the distractions.
no, yeah, I get it. I think that's
I just ordered a new Mac adapter with an HDMI port, so now I can plug my computer in downstairs because our downstairs TV doesn't have a Fire Stick or anything.
Mhm.
And I wanted to make sure that there was gonna be no issues with the computer.
Yeah.
So I went on Amazon today in class and bought it.
Nice.
So
So what happened to the Mets? Like what? Like I don't.
I
Like,
told you that it was coming,
but
didn't I?
so I actually have no idea.
They just blew the division.
Okay.
So they're not gonna they're gonna be the top wild card team. They technically can still win the division, but they're gonna have to win out, and the Braves will have to lose one, I think.
Yeah. No, they have to lose two.
Because the Braves have the tiebreaker, and they got swept out of Atlanta this weekend.
Oh, so that's what happened. They got swept out of it.
Yes, they entered the series with a 1-game lead in the division. And they got swept,
That's
and
pretty
they
sweet.
threw their 2 best pitchers. It's like all you hear about the Mets is you don't want to see the Mets because of Scherzer and DeGrom. Scherzer, DeGrom. You don't want to see those guys. Both of them pitched this weekend, and they still got beat twice. And then a third time on Sunday night.
All right, I gotta say though, like the Mets fans act like they got out of the playoffs.
I know.
Like I thought like one of maybe an injury, maybe they actually got kicked out of the playoffs. Like I don't know what happened, and I thought it was like the end of the world in New York.
It's not, but it just sucks when your team has been so good all season.
Oh yeah,
And like the last couple of days, you lose the division lead.
yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Really, it's such a bummer,
And it's funny
really a
'cause
shame.
There's not any other sport that it happens that quickly.
Mhm.
Where it's like that one series now the game up
Yep.
doesn't matter.
It's so funny. it's just like, and they're like 10 games better than the Phillies too. So it's like I can't trash talk, but I
Mhm.
can laugh.
Yeah. That's good.
And it's like Philly fans feel better about their team going in the playoffs right now, I think, than Mets fans do. Because of the history of the Mets,
Mhm.
this is who they are. It's collapse, and then if you get lucky enough to make the playoffs, you're probably gonna get beat anyway. And they'll probably get there. So if the Phillies go 2-0 and the Padres go 1-1, then the Phillies will get the Mets in the first round. And that's seriously gonna ruin my weekend.
That
It's
would
gonna
just
be way too emotionally involved.
Mhm. Your heart will be pumping out of your chest.
Yeah. It would be like a Redskins Cowboys playoff game.
No.
That's the level of significance that we'd be looking at.
So I gotta say,
I'm not scared of them either.
oh, that's good.
Official
Some
announcement.
confidence.
I'm not scared.
Good. The New York Mets. Chris is
Bring 'em up.
not trembling.
I'm not scared of the Cardinals either. Bring them on too. And I
The-
won't say who I would rather play because I don't want to get caught.
Are the Dodgers just gonna win it all though?
They'll lose to somebody.
All right.
It's
They're-
fun because like the two best teams right now, the Dodgers and the Astros, have been notorious for like choking in the playoffs. Like the Astros have made 4 World Series. The only one they won was that year they cheated. Actually, no, 3 World Series.
Yeah,
Right?
I was gonna say I don't think it was 4.
Nats, Braves, Dodgers. Yeah, so they're 1 and 2 in the World Series.
I feel bad for the Orioles.
Why?
They're right there. They're right there.
I mean, it's still an exciting season.
no, they were above 500 for what? The first
was-
time in like 10 years?
The first time they were playing meaningful games in September
Yeah.
in a long time. So that's
And
worth something. As
They
long as they
definitely
build on it.
Red Sox season was terrible. That was dumpster
It was
fire.
not good, yeah. They have some issues to
But-
address.
Judge
say
will
the
break the AL record for them next year on the Red Sox.
least.
It's the
As
only,
long as it's not the Mets.
as long as it's not the Mets, yeah.
Anyone but the Mets.
Um,
I have this fear that DeGrom will go to the Braves and then Judge will go to the Mets, and it's like,
and then you're
division
just
will
screwed.
get so much better.
Then
Yeah, and
you're
then what do we
screwed.
do? Like, it'll just be the same season on repeat.
Why
Um,
aren't the Braves? Are they favored to win it? I mean, not favored, but are they up there?
I think they have the third best odds.
I mean,
think
they
it
just won
goes
it last year.
Dodgers, Astros, Braves. Yeah, they're really good. They are. They're another one though that they're like probably one of the best franchises of all time in terms of winning games.
Mhm.
But they only have like 2 or 3 World Series to show for it.
Oh yeah, they
They
always seem
won.
like they have a
I
good
think
record.
they won 10 straight divisions in the 90s, and they only won 1 World Series.
Yeah.
So
The
got their
Padres.
one.
Padres, they got Tatis injured, right? Or Tatis is suspended,
He's
correct?
suspended. Yeah.
Is that for the playoffs too?
Mhm.
Oof.
Yep.
That's
But
brutal.
they've been looking better. They had a little bit of a disaster stretch, but they've looked a lot better now, and they might be hitting their stride just in time to face the Mets
Good.
again. Be such a bummer.
What? If they lose to the Mets or they beat the Mets?
Oh, if they were to beat the Mets, it'd be such a shame. Mets to get knocked out the first round
That would, wouldn't it?
after losing the division. Be such a bummer.
All right. Any last minute baseball?
I'm just excited.
Who's gonna be the MVP? Just
Judge.
Judge. Yeah.
Well, there's an AL and NL, so Goldschmidt will win the NL.
Who's Goldschmidt?
It's Paul Goldschmidt. He's on the Cardinals. Not
Cool.
scared from them.
All right. Can I talk about some NBA?
What do you got?
It's almost back. It's creeping up on you. You got 2 weeks.
It really does creep up.
Yeah, it creeps up fast.
I got an alert the other night that was like Golden State and someone are in a
the
close
Wizards
game in the fourth, and I was like, what?
Yeah, the Wizards played. The Wizards and Warriors played in Japan, so that was cool for Rui.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna judge anything off preseason, but the Lakers, they're still in the news. They apparently the offer right now is Russell Westbrook and the 2 first-round picks that they have for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield, and the front office doesn't want to do it because Russ is an expiring contract and they can try to use that money to get another superstar. And the 2 first-round picks are so far in the future. But if you know anything about LeBron, he doesn't give a damn about the future. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does because they can't waste another year of LeBron. They physically can't. And their roster sucks. So I think they're going to have to do this trade. And if it happens, Russ might never play in the league again.
Sad.
It's his own stubbornness.
What do you mean, eh?
Huh?
What do you mean, eh?
I said, it's his own stubbornness. That's why he's not
Yes.
going to play in the league again.
Yes.
But so it's gonna be interesting the next couple weeks to see how that works. I think they should just do it now and get the team loaded. You get a better center than you had. AD can play the 4, and you have another shooter next to LeBron. That's literally all you really need. And they need to do it quickly so they can gel together and not have a bunch of bad chemistry.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Ben Simmons played against the Sixers. That's another thing that happened. He got a dunk. The crowd cheered. That was cool, I guess. Good for Ben
Those
Simmons.
in Brooklyn.
Yeah, no, it was in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have cheered in Philly. Matisse Thybulle, though, he's good. He scored or assisted 22. Not Matisse Thybulle. I'm tripping. Tyrese Maxey.
Actually,
Yeah, he scored
I
or
heard. I
assisted.
was listening to Philly radio today, and that's the only reason I knew that like NBA was happening.
Mhm.
And the alert because somebody like called in on the phone and they were like, "Phillies clinch the playoffs. The Eagles are 4-0. and Maxi looks great. I was like, hang on a minute. One of those things does not fit in with the rest of them.
But it's true. He does look great, and
It's been a preseason game. Who cares?
he looked good last year, at the end of last year.
Well, yeah, but like, so we already knew that.
I'm worried though.
Why?
I think they're going to be good.
That's what the guy on the radio said.
I know
He said that they're the team to beat in the East.
I don't. All right, I wouldn't go that
Like,
far.
all right.
I definitely wouldn't go that far. I think if what James Harden said is true, that he lost 100 pounds, and then we could tweet it.
That's impossible.
I don't know how he lost 100 pounds.
No,
What's
it's
he?
literally-
What's he?
unless was
150?
morbidly obese.
Yeah. What's he? 150 now?
Yeah.
Yeah. That means he must have been like 320 if he lost 100 pounds.
Yeah. He did not
That's
lose 100 pounds.
Absolutely ridiculous. But if he's actually in the best shape of his life, and they have Harris, and they have Embiid, and they have now Montrezl Harrell, they have guys on this team that have played together before, and I don't know. I'm a little worried that they're going to be good, and I'm not going to like it.
I mean, they probably will be good.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, your worry is valid. I
Yeah,
guess,
no, it is. Yeah, it is valid. If you're the Phoenix Suns, though, you should really be worried. Did you see who they lost to
Ayton. Who they lost to?
in the preseason?
Uh,
Just wait till I say it.
Who?
The Sixers, the 36ers, some Australian team. First time ever an exhibition game has ever been won by a non-NBA team.
I'm not like that. Doesn't.
No,
Funny, I guess.
It's funny, and what makes it even funnier is that they're getting so slammed on Twitter that Devin Booker's posting a picture of LeBron at one of his press conferences where he's like, "I don't care what anyone says." It's like, bro, you lost a preseason game. Like, just let everyone laugh at you and call it a day.
I know. I did see a funny tweet about Booker the other day that was like, it's about to be Devin Booker's 7th or 8th year in the NBA. Like, can we please stop referring to him as like a future star?
Yeah,
he just is who he
no,
is.
he's in his this is his prime. He's not gonna get any better.
No.
If you're an NBA fan like I am, it's gonna be, and if eventually we're gonna do rankings of all these teams before the season starts. There's gonna be a lot of teams that miss the playoffs, especially when you look at the West. Like, one of these teams is gonna miss. It's gonna be. Let me just look at the conference real quick, because it's gonna be one of these good teams, and then we're gonna be shocked that they're gonna miss it, or it's just gonna be the Lakers, and we're not gonna be shocked. But
have you got your bet slip on the Spurs to win the final yet?
No, I was told not
Something
to.
Up.
I was told.
Something up there.
Oh, I told him not.
So my brain works this same way, but Big Cat was saying that when he heard if you haven't heard the pop quote, he's like, I probably shouldn't say this, but nobody should be going to Vegas and betting on us to win the championship. And Big Cat said, I like messed up, gambling brain, here's that, and goes, something's up. Something's up. I'm going to go bet on them to win.
There's nothing up. He's not wrong.
I know, they're not good.
No, they're not good at all.
I think he's just old and like done with the job. He's like, these kids suck. Like,
well, did you hear what he
I don't
said?
care anymore.
What makes him keep coaching? They're like, what makes you keep going year after year? And he goes, the paycheck. He doesn't care. He wants Wembanyama.
No, he doesn't care.
I like they're seriously gonna be awful.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I don't know what you look at I'm looking at Spurs news right now. The first thing it says, DeMar DeRozan, Damian, like, these are not Spurs players anymore. None of these are Spurs quotes, besides at the end where it says Popovich wouldn't put money on the Spurs to win the title.
Yeah.
That's the only news segments on ESPN for the Spurs.
That's funny.
All right, that's all I got on basketball. Also, besides Blake Griffin, he's wearing 91 for Rodman.
Like of the year.
Yeah, he's wearing 91 for Rodman. I like it.
He can be your Rodman, you're set.
Yeah, no, if he can be my Rodman, that'd be perfect. He doesn't need to score that much. All right, that's all I got.
I'm not excited for the Wizards at all.
It's such a shame because
Sadly. Someone was trying to hype me up about it the other day too. They're like, I really like this guy. I was like, I don't at all.
The issue with the Wizards is that if this was 5 years ago, they'd be like a 5 seed, but it's not. Like if you look at the people on the team, you look at that 3-4 years ago, you go, oh, that's like easily a playoff team. And
Right.
the league is so deep now that it's not. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be very excited either. I'm sorry.
Yep. Oh, well.
I think it would be cool. I think they have cool uniforms this year though. So I think that would be exciting to see. I really like their pink ones.
The cherry blossom ones.
Yeah, I think their pink ones are cool.
Those are cool. Yep.
All right. That does it. Right?
Yeah, I mean, that had
Yeah,
been
hour
like,
and 40.
Hour. Yeah.
Hour and 40. All right. Well, that does it. Thank you all for listening. Sorry for no wise picks again. We'll be back this week, and we're gonna be hot. I'm putting it down now.
Actually, I said week 6.
Yeah, no, you're giving yourself time. I'm gonna be ready.
One more week.
Yeah, I'm gonna be ready. We'll see everybody on Friday. Thank you all for listening.